Whoa, where's that at?
Somewhere on the internet.
We will not wear your underwear, but we will.
Yeah, do you know what you're talking
Nope.
about?
And that's why I said it.
Okay.
We'll probably wear your underwear.
Is the title not the Houly O'Brien Show? Do we have a Twitter account? Waffle House. Oh, I like Waffle House.
Yeah. Woo, Houly. I'm just kidding, dude. What's up, everybody?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up? What's up? What's up? Houly, it is raining cats and fucking bananas out here.
It's weird because it's not raining over here.
Oh, that's wild. It's almost like we're really
It's
far
almost like
away.
we're like 3,000 miles apart.
I know. That's wild. It's not raining on your side of the studio, but it's raining on my side of the studio.
Yeah.
I wish that was
Pretty
a thing.
much. It's windy though. Not like
Oh.
super windy. It was super windy yesterday and like Monday, but
Yeah?
not so much now.
You
Not so much now.
sipping on something sexy over there?
Yeah, I got I've been drinking a lot of wine on the podcast. It seems like
A
just because I've been
podcast?
making a
Is
lot.
that a joke on the rain? A podcast. I'm just kidding, guys. He's doing nice things. He's a good guy.
It's a strawberry wine that I made. It's pretty good.
Strawberry wine. Isn't that a song?
Strawberry Hill.
No. There's a song called Strawberry Wine. Man, Houly, with what you're drinking and what I'm drinking, it's almost like we could have a peanut butter and jelly.
We could.
Oh,
How is that
shit.
Uber Goober?
I don't know. I'm about to open it up right now.
Okay.
Everyone knows the rules. One sip.
Yeah, sure.
Ooh, that's
Tastes like
good.
peanut
Is this
butter
gonna be
and jelly?
dangerous? Is this a Man, this hat looks kind of wild on me. I look kind of like Uncle.
Uncle Fester?
Whatever. I don't give a shit. Is this gonna be dangerous for me? Yeah. No.
Uncle Fester
We gotta
doesn't wear a
We gotta
hat.
switch this around, guys. Sorry about that. What's the
Um,
alcohol content on this bad, Jackson? Do you
I
know?
don't know. Shorts doesn't put the alcohol content on their bottles,
That's
which
smart.
seems illegal, but
I mean, it's illegal-ish, right?
it kind of depends.
I think it depends on where you distribute to and
Yeah.
how many state lines you cross and everything, and which state lines you cross.
I think their reasoning behind it is because they want you to buy it
For the
because
taste
you
and not
like
for the alcohol content.
and not for like they don't want you to buy it only because it's 10% or
Short
see
Sprint
one that's
Company.
like, oh, this is only 3%. I'm not gonna buy that. They
Yeah.
want you to buy it for the taste and
Yeah.
everything.
Oh, dude, it's only 6.3.
so that's not too bad. It's
6.3,
still-
22 IBUs. It's right in the wheelhouse, baby.
Yeah.
Ooh, sorry guys, burped right in the mic there. But man, I gotta
what's on
tell
the
you
docket
guys,
today?
we got all kinds of shit we can talk about today, Houly.
Okay.
We got all kinds of shit we can talk about. First
Okay.
off, let's talk about us being back. I
Okay.
know we had a podcast last week, but we had a podcast this week. Other stuff we can talk about on the docket is this beer is really delicious, number one. Now I can say it because by the time this podcast comes out, I'll be done. I am moving to Colorado. I don't know if we've talked about that on other podcasts.
Hooray! We've talked
We might
off
have
the
touched.
podcast.
Yeah, we've talked. Yeah, so our cross
You may
country
have said
podcast.
something like,
I may have said
like-
something. Yeah.
like, oh yeah, when I move, yada yada. Anyways,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it
exactly.
might have been something like that.
So, today is a Tuesday, and I am giving my notice on Friday, and this will come out. Who knows? But I guarantee it'll be after the fact of when I give my notice at work. So, yeah, I'm moving to the great state of Colorado, Sunshine State.
the the peanut state, the
peanut,
lake
yep,
state,
The
the
potato
bean
state,
city,
corn state. Go Huskers, Colorado.
Husk.
But yeah, that's where I'm moving to. So our cross country podcast is getting a little bit closer. I'm super
the
glad
Golden State.
we didn't. The Golden State. Yep, the raspberry, the kind of raspberries where you get Zerbert on someone's stomach. State.
France.
France. Yep. Rocky Mountain High. John Denver. Those were real things.
Okay, those are actually real. I'm
Yeah, those
upset
are
with you
real
right
things.
now.
Those are real things. But Yes, that's how I'm
the
moving
John
to.
Denver State.
The John Denver State. The plane crash. Ooh, too soon?
Ooh, yeah. Actually, we probably shouldn't joke about that one.
Yeah, no, I won't because I'll probably be taking planes eventually. And man, I need some fucking wood to knock on. My guitar is made of wood. Don't fall, please. There we go. All right, cool. But yeah, so that's how I'm moving. Our cross country podcast is getting a little bit closer together.
A wee bit.
Basically, I just want Houly to come out and visit so we can go snowboarding. What?
That should be fun. I like snowboarding.
Yeah.
I like snowboarding in Colorado.
Yeah, we've ridden out there before, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We have.
Oh, we do Breckenridge and Vale when you went out there?
Yes.
That was that trip? Yeah, that was a fun trip, man.
That was a fun
That was a
trip.
good time. We got, except for the whole fucking snowstorm on the way out.
Yeah, that kind of sucked.
Yeah, that did suck. I'm sorry about that one.
Fucking
buddy.
Spirit Airlines.
Yeah, I really.
Flying with them again here pretty soon.
We tried to make that cheap, and yeah, but it's not like you're going to places where.
I'm going to a desert.
Exactly. So the only thing that might be sketchy is your way out. Your way coming out there because, the only time I get worried with Spirit since your fiasco, is whenever I'm going to somewhere where it's winter. So like, dude, summertime.
It's gonna be end of April, so
yeah.
I mean, it
oh, that's right. I was
it's
thinking it was March, but yeah, it's end of April.
Yeah, it's still very. There's still a chance of snow, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, and it's gonna be cool because I'm gonna be able to bring my laptop, and we're gonna be able to do a podcast together, man. All you have to do is
That's gonna be really fun.
I know. I'm super excited about that. We were supposed to do that when I went to Michigan, but it'll be cool because we'll have some time in the hotel, and we'll probably be getting drunk, you guys. And we'll bring hookers as guests, and who knows? We'll see.
Because I'm just gonna go down to the 3-card poker table and just play $5 hands. And 3-card poker, if you're just playing $5 hands, you can sit for like 10 hours off like $100 and not win or lose. It just get free drinks all night.
So that week we're gonna have a segment called Red or Black, and I'm gonna edit it where we're gonna text one of our friends. And we're going to say, hey, should we put it on Red or Black? And we're going to record us doing it. And then we're going to pause the podcast. We're going to go downstairs. And then we're going to come back and tell you what happened.
Oh, my God. That'd be so good.
Won't that be fun? That's what I thought about.
So good.
I thought about that just right now. So
we should do that.
Thanks for developing that with us, you guys. I think it'd be a lot of fun because then we can blame people and we can give people shout-outs and stuff. And
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we'll even get people on speakerphone and be like, hey, what should we do? And then we'll call the bride.
We'll just cold call
during
people.
The wedding. We'll just cold call people. Hey, we're in Vegas. Red or black? Pick it. Boom.
We'll call the bride. Be like, hey, red or black? Be like, bitch, it's the wedding. Like, we're at it right now. Where are you? Just red or black, real quick.
So yeah, that's gonna be a fun weekend.
Your
I'm really
gift depends on it.
Cadence.
Choose wrong, and you won't be getting one.
Yeah, this is totally unrelated, but Houly and I don't have a gift to give you. So sorry. Thank you.
That's
though.
right.
But that's going to be cool. We get to go to Vegas to go see one of our childhood friends get married. Yeah. Super sweet girl.
It's going to be super fun.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a good time. I'm excited about it. So that'd be cool. So that's one thing that's on the docket to talk about that. We're excited about that. It's going to be not a live podcast, but we're going to do the podcast together, sit in the same room with each other. Yeah, which is going to be weird. We're probably not even going to know what to talk about then. It's just going to make it lame.
It's just going to be us calling random people and getting drunk and putting numbers on numbers.
Absolutely. Yeah. Do you have anything you want to talk about initially, or? First off, thank you so much for this beer that you sent me.
Oh, you are welcome.
He sent me 3 shorts and a cider of some kind, correct?
Which is also shorts.
Oh, no way. Is it a sister company?
Or no, Starcut Ciders, they're also owned by Shorts.
Okay. Now, does that mean they're also owned by some of Lagunitas and also owned by some of Heineken? By some, I mean
so.
all?
I would think so.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, we've talked about. I know you like cider, and I know you like Shorts, so that's why I picked one of those. And that one's good. It's Immortal Jelly. It's like the soft parade of cider because it's got all the fruits and everything. Hopefully those beers aren't old. I know the Uber Goober isn't old because it's that's a kind of a newer one.
Well, the shelf life on this one has to be pretty long. I probably could have let this sit for a year, right?
Yeah, but I know that. Yeah, and I know that that triple IPA that's going to be better with age too. But I should have looked at the dates on the Juicy, and the cider should be fine too. But
Juicy should be good. You sent me a picture of it. It wasn't that long ago. I'll just make sure I drink it this week. So we'll make that happen. But yeah. Thank you so much, dude. I'm gonna be sending yours because I have to go get some select ones, but I will be sending one to you before I leave California. So
no problem, man.
Right now, I still have your Imperial Stout from the
the Sierra Nevada.
The Sierra Nevada one, yeah, the cocoa one, the coconut one. Is it coconut or is it the maple one? I can't remember, but it's one of those. The Narwhal. Yeah, so I have one of those that I have, and that one's going to come. And then we already went over some Russian River stuff that I'm going to send you. And then I found some really cool sour stuff from Cali Craft. And then I'll just be sending you some other stuff in general.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
So I'll be sending that mid to late March.
Okay.
When I get that. So it's not the same time as yours.
That's all right.
But yeah, no. I'm going to send you some good stuff because it's going to be the last California one we're going to get for a while. I mean, I'm sure there's people here that can mail. We could have mail us some, so we're probably going to have to end up doing that too.
We can do that.
And I'm really excited because my roommate right now is going on a Paul, who Mike knows, is going on a road trip. Him and I are both leaving here at the same time. When I move to Colorado, he's going to move to wherever, actually. He's going to go to Austin and stuff.
Oh,
and we're going to do some beer trades with him. So I think that'll be cool too. Yeah, I'm always going to tell him to send me 2 of whatever he's sending, and then I'll send one to you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we've already been talking to him about that. So, yes. But fuck, dude, I'm just pumped to be doing the podcast right now. It's been a really long day, probably for both of us, it sounds like. It is, God, it's 10 o'clock in Michigan right now, so.
It is. That's okay.
But we'll keep our energy high on this one. We'll keep it going. I have strong feelings about this podcast. I feel like it's going to be a good one today.
So we'll probably split this into 2 because we're already like 10 minutes in, and I've got quite a bit of stuff to talk about.
Okay, cool.
But so for starters, we had some movies and some albums.
Nice.
That we watched. I recommended to Brian to listen to. So I was telling Brian when we were picking albums for each other to listen to that I don't really listen to albums anymore. I just listen to individual songs, just because I usually use Pandora. And he was like, well, just tell me a song that you're digging right now and I'll listen to the album. So I picked it's a song called Eyes of a Panther by Steel Panther.
She's got the eyes of
it's a banging song. And it's on an album called Feel the Steel. So he listened to that. And then I recommended to him to watch Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb by Stanley Kubrick. And he recommended me to watch Manchester by the Sea and listen to Gary Clark Jr.
Yes. His Live from London album.
So,
which Houly was skeptical about at first.
I was. But we'll get into Brian first. And I want to guess before.
Oh, do you want me to go first, or do you want me to back clean up on this one?
You want me to go first?
I want you to go first. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
or do you want me to go first?
The album is pretty quick. I could go through that pretty quick.
Okay. Cool.
So Brian recommended a live album, and I like right away was like, I already know I'm gonna hate it because I don't like live albums. When I see them on Pandora, I get really pissed off and I skip them right away. And I actually wish there was a like a button on Pandora that just automatically skipped live album, because you can't dislike a live song, because let's say
let's say it's the Tom and Travis show or something like that. Blink-182.
Yeah, well, I would skip every Blink-182 song because they're terrible.
Okay.
But so so that's another topic for another day. So let's say that you know some like Sublime, Santeria comes up as a live song. I can't dislike it for it to never come up because it will dislike every Santeria song.
Yeah, every Santeria song, really and even possibly a lot of
Sublime songs.
Sublime songs, yeah,
from that album.
Yeah.
So you just have to skip it. So I wish there was a button from Pandora that just skips all live except Benny and the Jets. That's the only live song I get down on from Elton John. But
I mean, come on. What about Cheap Trick? I Want You to Want Me. Or Eric Clapton's Layla, Unplugged. Are you fucking kidding me? Layla, Houly, you son of a. Go ahead.
He's getting so mad at my music right now.
Mary's a beautiful person, by the way. Mary.
So, anyways, he sent me this Gary Clark Jr. live album, and I listened to it, and I did enjoy it. It's not my kind of music, but I listened to it, and what I've kind of learned about live albums now after listening to that, I have a new appreciation to live albums. Live albums are good if they were meant to be recorded live.
Yes.
It seems like him and his guys, they knew they were going to do it live, so they set up the recording and the audio to sound good. Because usually when you listen to a live song that pops up on like Pandora, it's like super sketchy and you can hear the crowd just like yelling and screaming over it, and you just like can't make anything out of it. And I really appreciate on this, it's live in London, I believe, right? I really appreciated that they like took that into account and like kind of recorded it. I mean, I don't know how they did it, but it sounds good. Like it doesn't sound like they took a recording device and held it up to a speaker,
right?
You know,
which a lot of people
live
do.
Albums sound like.
Have you seen what's his face Chan? God, why can't I think of his name? The guy who plays Chow, Leslie Chow.
Ken Jeong?
Yeah, have you seen his new stand-up on Netflix?
No, but I really want to. He did a Hot Ones not too long ago, and he was talking about it.
I saw that.
And it sounds really good.
But basically, in that one, they recorded, they used the mics from the video cameras, like the mics from the cameras.
Yeah.
To pick up the sound, and it's just super echoey and stuff like that. And that's what you're talking about. You know, you're just talking about like it's not a direct feed into the PA system.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So
like it just like usually when you hear a live album, it sounds like someone's iPhone is just recording like the sound. Yeah. So I did appreciate that album. I put it on my headphones and went to work and listened to it while I worked. It was like a 30 to 40 minute album, so it wasn't like a long one to listen to, but no, I enjoyed it, and I think differently about live albums now.
Yeah. But he's a pretty talented dude, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Some of his songs are pretty solid, yeah. And the only reason why I gave Houly a live album, normally I would steer away from live albums too, but number one, it was a really well recorded album, and like it's I have it on vinyl, and even on vinyl, I mean vinyl to me, I think anyway, sounds amazing. And the other reason was it's a really good like eclectic sampling of the Gary Clark Jr. So I was like, this is perfect. Like it's a good mix of both, so he'll be able to get a good sample of it. Yeah.
So is he English then? I've never listened to him before.
No, he's not. He's from Austin, Texas.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's from like he's. You ever see the movie Chef?
That's
John Favreau, where he's
Favreau. I have not. I've heard of it, but
you haven't. Oh, okay. Well, I know what your movie next month is. It's a good feel-good movie. But okay. Anyways, he's just he's a Austin like blues guitarist guy, and he's been around forever. He's actually playing in May here, Napa Bottle Rock. So I'm
very cool.
Really fucking bummed I'm gonna miss that because there's some really good people on that lineup. But oh well. Can't see them all.
Yeah, we're gonna miss Dead Kennedys in Vegas, but
God, House of Blues too. That would have been fucking.
It was House of Blues,
dude. But okay, cool. So if you had to rate 1 to 5, the album, what would you give it? You're not gonna hurt my feelings. I just think moving forward that this is gonna be something good that we do.
I'd like a 3 probably.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
But that's if you talk to someone who actually is into that kind of music, I'm sure they would rate it higher. But
yeah. But no, not everyone's cup of tea. But I think I just think I wanted to do this so that Houly and I could just kind of broaden our horizons a little bit, which damn, Houly broadened mine. And it's just something cool, just a little something. Like I think I talked about in the last podcast. I heard John Krasinski did it when he was in college, and he had his buddies do that every week. So we're doing it once a month, so it's not as bad.
All right.
But yeah.
So moving on to the film that I watched, that was Manchester by the Sea. Now, Brian, I'm going to do this when we get up to Doctor Strangelove. I'm going to guess what you thought of it. I want you to guess what I thought of Manchester by the Sea.
That it was depressing as fuck.
Okay.
I think that you probably thought it was acted really, really well, but it's a big downer movie. There's a lot of people that come away from it. So if I had to guess what I think you were going to rate it, probably like a 3, 2.5, 3.
Out of 5?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yes, I did think the acting was awesome.
Yeah.
I believe Casey Affleck won an Oscar for it, I think.
He did. He won an Oscar for leading actor.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he did a great job. The depressing thing, I'm going to be honest with you, I liked that it was depressing.
Cool.
And this is...
That's why you're my boy.
But here's the thing, I didn't really like the movie. But I did like that it was depressing. Here's why I didn't like the movie.
But wait, why did you like that it was depressing? Oh, go ahead. I'll let you review. So
it seemed like one of those movies that was written and done to be an Oscar movie. Like it seemed like they were trying. The only kind of thing it seemed like that was missing was that it wasn't like a period piece or like
isn't that kind of the point of a lot of movies besides for like comedies and stuff?
Yeah, I guess, but it just kind of I don't know. Like I'm not huge into like those type of like oh, guy gets in circumstance and has to take over this kid. I'm not fit to be a dad, and then we learn to love each other at the
God damn.
Yeah,
it was a year and a half ago. If you guys haven't seen it yet, you're bad.
So, but I really, but the thing that made me think like, okay, maybe this isn't just like your normal kind of Oscar feel good movie because it got really depressing really quick. Mm-hmm. And I do like how they would go back in time to kind of piece the story together, almost like Tarantino like. Where not all the pieces are given to you right away, so you have some questions about this guy and like, hey, why are you such a dick, man? Like you overheard this like really cute girl talking about how it was like she thinks you're really attractive and you're a single guy. Like, why don't you say, hey, what's up? And he's just an asshole. And then like kind of the pieces start to fit together, and you're like, oh wow,
yeah,
okay, I understand why things aren't so great in your life right now.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's I thought the acting was spectacular. I thought the editing was spectacular. I thought the story was great. It wasn't for me. If I were to rate it, I would probably give it like 3.5 or 4 stars.
Cool.
But I don't have any intentions of watching it again.
Right.
And I'm a little confused actually. Because I did a little bit of research after I watched it and saw that it went to the Oscars and did really well. That's an Amazon movie, right?
It is an Amazon studio movie. So it didn't go. It's not like a straight to Amazon one.
So
it got distributed. Yeah. It got distributed.
That's what I was confused about, because you can't be in the Oscars if you're a streaming.
Well, it's not true anymore.
Movie. Oh, it's not.
No, Roma this year. Roma the other night at the Oscars won 3 Oscars. They won Best Film, Best Director, and something else. One other one. I think it was Screenplay Adapted or Original Screenplay or something like that.
So this has got to be the first film or the first Oscars to allow that then.
Yeah, dude, and it's all in subtitles.
Huh.
The whole movie's in subtitles. So it's Roma on Netflix. I have not seen it yet. It is on my list for movies to watch. It just, for me, I have a very hard time connecting. I have a hard time keeping up with reading subtitles and stuff. Like sometimes when people are like rambling stuff off in those, you have to read really fast, and my brain just isn't wrapped around that. And then I have a tough time because I'm reading and I'm hearing the words in my own head, that I have a really tough time connecting with it. There have been very few movies that I've watched. Life is Beautiful, which was an older movie from the 90s that, won a bunch of awards, including Best Actor. That one also was all in subtitles, and it was a good movie. I have a really hard time with those ones. So that's Roma, and that's how that went. But I mean, go ahead. Yeah.
Real quick side note: if you watch a foreign film like Old Boy or something, or I guess Old Boy is.
I forgot Old Boy. I did absolutely love that movie.
I guess they don't do that. Old Boy was a bad example, but let's say you watch a foreign film. Do you prefer it dubbed over as opposed to then subtitled? And it's because Old Boy is dubbed over. I forgot it is.
Yeah, so I think with like kung fu films and stuff like that, like old school kung fu films.
Yeah,
I think it's just kind of expected, so it doesn't bother me so much. Okay. But I think if I were to watch, let's say, like an Italian film or something like that, I think it probably would bug me. Don't you think, or no?
Like you watch Das Boot, like.
Yeah. But even that is like an older film. I think if I were to watch something like that now, it would feel like I was watching something on TV that, like, the television company dubbed over or something like that. You know? So it would feel kind of robbed a little bit. Whereas kung fu movies, you're like, this is just what it is, baby.
That's true.
This is what it is, and I'm down.
You knew what you were getting yourself into.
Yeah, exactly. So
okay.
So yeah, I don't know. I guess we kind of have our toss-ups with those ones, but yeah. Okay, so why did you like the depressing part about it?
Because it was a breath of fresh air. So I thought it was gonna be real sappy, kind of like how I had said, like real Oscar baity, real feel good, real like, oh, he finds this kid, I'm not fit to be a dad, and we find love, happy ending. And it's not like that. So like when things got real depressing and real dark, it made me be like, oh wow, okay, this is not what I expected. And I just kind of liked that. It was unexpected, and it made me. It brought me out of my comfort zone, and I just liked that. It made me want to pay attention to the story more instead of thinking it was some sappy little thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I remember when the movie came out. It came out in like December, and then Oscars. You get your Oscar bid in like mid-January, late January. So I remember it came out, and then I had these regulars that came in to visit me one day, and they were sitting there talking about. They're like, dude, fuck that movie, man. Like. I
really?
Absolutely hated that movie. And I go, what? Why? Like, why did you hate it? And they're like, it's so fucking depressing, dude. I can't even, like, it's just terrible. It's so depressing. I go, then good. It did its job, man. Movies they need to make you feel things. Like, it doesn't matter if it's sadness or anger or whatever it is, man. If I walk out of a movie and I'm like, then that's a fucking terrible movie. But if I walk out of a movie and I'm like, holy shit, like the end of Requiem for a Dream, when we watched that in a Walmart parking lot down in Panama City Beach, like when you watch movies like those and it makes you feel something when you go away from it, I don't give a shit what it is. As long as it's not you're mad that you wasted your money, like you're like, oh god, that was just a piece of garbage, like horseshit.
Yeah.
As long as it made you feel something, dude, when he is getting interrogated by the cops after all that happens.
Yeah,
they're like, oh man, tough, dude. Like, we are so sorry. Like, we're not gonna punish you any more than this.
Yeah.
Like, you can go. And he's like, I can fucking go? Like, you guys are just gonna let me go? And then he pulls the gun from the cop and tries to kill himself.
Yeah.
Talk about getting leveled by a scene, man. Oh my god, I was just like, holy shit.
That was pretty intense right there.
It's an intense scene, yeah. And if you guys haven't seen it, I just ruined it for you, and you should watch it anyways. But
there's still a lot of movie after
that. You don't know why
there's
he's
a lot of
interrogated and stuff, and there's a ton of movie to it. So if you guys haven't seen it yet, I would highly advise going and seeing it. So I'm super glad you came away from it it's kind of what I expected you to, but it was a 50-50 chance. I didn't know. I was like, either he's gonna be like, dude, that was depressing as shit. I can't watch that shit. But I a big part of me knew, and that's why I gave you that movie, was that you were gonna walk away from it and be like, holy shit, like, yeah, it's like the Passion of the Christ. I'm not gonna watch it again, but but damn, dude, you know. So, yeah, okay, cool, man, cool. So you gave it a 3.5, 4. Somewhere out of there.
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, cool.
Can I guess what you thought of Dr. Strangelove?
Yeah.
I'm not going to guess on what you thought of Feel the Steel. I just want to hear you rip it, baby. So Dr. Strangelove, I have a feeling that you, Brian McManaman, I think that you appreciate Stanley Kubrick and you like his writing and you appreciate his writing and his directing, and you think he does deserve to be on top of greatest filmmakers of all time, but his movies aren't for you. And you just think they're good, but I could do without. I don't know why I think that about you, but I feel like that you appreciate them, but they're not for you.
Yes and no. I totally 100% see why you say that. Because you know that I'm more.
See you get down on a lot of Kubrick movies.
I mean,
Full Metal Jacket. I think you're a big fan of.
Full Metal Jacket, yeah. Full Metal Jacket. Obviously, Shining. I'm a big fan of. I was a big fan of Eyes Wide Shut, just because I think I was a 15-year-old boy or something like that, and there were some pretty cool scenes in that movie.
It was pretty neat scenes when you're 15. Yeah.
That one. Now, I have not seen that movie since I was probably about 17 or 18, maybe even,
Eyes Wide Shut.
Maybe even just a little bit later. I might have watched that in college, but I do want to watch that again.
It's good. It's definitely not his best.
No, I remember it's his last. I remember
it is his last. He didn't even make it to the release, I don't think.
No, he didn't. He had a heart attack.
He finished it.
Yeah, he had a heart attack while he was. I don't remember if it was like during the press tour or right before he was supposed to go on press tour for it or whatever it was.
Something like that. Like it was
something
done.
like that.
Yeah.
Done
and ready to go.
Yeah, but he got to finish it and everything. So, I really like Kubrick as a director. There's certain people where, you know. Yeah, you're kind of right on that one. You kind of nailed it on the head where, you know, I'm a really big technical guy, and like you and I have talked about before, I think we've talked about it with like Guy Ritchie, where I'm like, man, that dude was super cool, and I loved all his films until he got big budgets, because these were things that we could do. And if you look at all Kubrick's movies, for the most part, besides for probably 2001: Space Odyssey. Those are all things, and even then, like, you could still argue that you know, it's all stuff that, given we had enough time and stuff like that, we could still do those. You know, obviously, maybe our production design won't be as well, but for the most part, it'll be pretty close that we can do those camera movements, all that stuff. So I like when directors don't get too carried away, or basically just have really big budgets on. Just, I don't know, just ridiculous things. But
like a Michael Bay movie or something.
Yeah, like, I mean, even then, there's some. I like Michael
Guy
Bay movies.
Ritchie is a perfect example.
The Guy Ritchie is, because
you look at Lock, Stock compared to Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, and you look at Sherlock Holmes and the scene on the London Bridge, and it's just like, you're like, holy shit, dude! Like, this is a big scene from the fucking rabbit scene in Snatch. Look at how little that scene cost. It's a field with a dog and a rabbit. That's it. That's all it. You got a couple actors there, and that's it. And you conveyed so much more feeling and so many more parallels in that scene than you did with the however much buco bucks you spent on the visual effects for the London Bridge scene or something like that. You know? So it's just... I really like when filmmakers kind of stick to the soup and nuts of everything, or whatever you want to call it. So, I really like the film. I think sometimes I have a hard time. I have a hard time now at my age with all the good movies that come out now, and how kind of stimulated I need to be.
There's not a lot of stimulation in
watching
Dr.
older
Strange
films.
There's a lot of just dialogue and people
just
sitting in a room.
Yeah. Yeah, and with just dialogue, sometimes I can get really bored. There are some absolutely incredible scenes. Obviously, the war room scene's really, really good.
What's his name plays 3 characters in that scene?
Yes, he does. Yes, he plays Dr. Strangelove.
Plays the president.
The president. He plays the guy with the weird, goofy little like French mustache.
Yeah.
But yeah, he plays 3 or 4 characters in a film, and honestly,
a lot of them are in the same room.
Yeah, and honestly,
of each other.
I didn't even know that. I watched the whole thing, and I didn't even realize it until after I was reading a little bit about it. Now it does make some really cool parallels that are kind of coming back full circle right now, in our time that we're living in right now. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, he plays the captain.
Yeah, the captain. Is that what it is with the mustache?
Captain Lionel Mandrake. Yep, with the mustache.
Yeah, so I thought that I thought that overall it was a good movie. I would give it a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
Just because it's one of those movies that just it just wasn't quite for me. And then the other thing that I have a hard time with is he does this movie, and I didn't want to read into it too much or anything like that. I don't know if he did that and like kind of made it almost low budget-esque as possible, or if that's just all he could afford to do. Do you know the answer on that? Or if he was making it...
I don't know, because I believe this was after Spartacus.
It was after Spartacus, yeah. Okay, yeah. So he did make it that way for...
Well, here's the thing, though. After Spartacus, I watched a documentary about him, and it was narrated by like Tom Cruise and all that. And if I remember correctly, he said that they were saying that Spartacus was the last movie that he said, that's it. I'm done working for anyone else. Like everything I do, like I'm writing, directing, and producing. Everyone can go eat a dick. I'm doing everything myself. So it very well may have been low budget because people didn't trust him as a producer yet.
They were like, "Go ahead, buddy. You made one good film. Okay, like you can't be crazy like that. That's awesome.
You did one good film and someone produced it and gave you money for it. Good
luck
doing it yourself."
Because he has Spartacus on one side of Doctor Strangelove, and then on the other side he has 2001: Space Odyssey. So you're like,
exactly.
You're like, whoa, dude! Like, how are you gonna make such drastic films? And I love 2001. Like that movie's awesome.
2000. So he may have had money because he. Wait,
was it 2001 and then Doctor Strangelove, or
no, Doctor Strangelove and then 2001.
Okay, yeah, and then
Clockwork Orange,
and then Full Metal.
And then after Clockwork Orange, I'm gonna assume everyone was like, all the money you want, great.
Yeah, I'm sure there were a bunch of people that were like, we'll help produce it too. I'm not even gonna tell you what to do. Just here's my money. Bring me back more money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, I think he really liked Spartacus, but he was just like, nah, like because he's such a control freak.
Oh, dude, you listen to any actor talk about it or anything like that.
A lot of them were not fans of working with him.
Well, I don't mean that, no, because then you talk about well, no, that was I'm thinking Francis Ford Coppola. I'm thinking Apocalypse Now. But no, I'm sure he was a hard-ass dude to work for.
Yeah.
Oh, what was the documentary I watched? I did watch a documentary about him.
Was it the Shining one?
No, it was the one about his photographers. His DP, who he kind of like brought up with him and stuff. I'll have to find it. It's like a short one. It's only like 20 minutes long.
Tom Cruise, right?
Nope, because it's just about this guy and how he kind of worked with him for everything.
Okay.
And he was his DP for everything, but he started off as like a nobody. He was just like this guy, and Kubrick basically like was like, "Hey man, I'm going to bring you with me and I'm going to teach you everything along the way and you're going to learn it, and here's how it is, keep a camera in your hand all the time, take pictures of really random stuff all the time." So, yeah, I mean, from a perspective of a filmmaker, hell yeah, dude. Kubrick is God. He's one of the top up there and everything like that.
He deserves to be top 10, top 5 list.
100%, 100% he does. And I'm not taking that away from him at all. But yeah, his movies are just not 100% my cup of tea. I will totally sit down and watch them. But yeah, like you've seen, and with Doctor Strangelove, I think I've seen little bits and pieces of it before this. And then you tell that lady to just calm down, all right? Little bits and pieces like that before this. And then, once you said it, I was like, yeah, 100%. I should have did this a long time ago. I don't know why I haven't. I mean, I know why I haven't, but still, it's no excuse. As a person who appreciates film and loves film, there's no way I should have took this long to do it. So.
Right, huh?
Yeah, I'll give him 3.5. I gotta say 3.5. Yeah.
All right.
There was some cool paragraphs.
I think that's his highest rated Rotten Tomatoes movie. I think.
Really?
I think. Which Rotten Tomatoes doesn't mean dick, but
not anymore, man. It used to when we were younger, but damn, we used to have a segment on the show, you guys, that was. I mean, it kind of fell out from under us because it was a little too easy. Because we used to. We just say, okay, cool, I'm going to give you 2 films, and I want you to guess which one's rated higher.
And Paddington was like 100%.
Yeah,
and it's
Paddington
like, okay, this
higher.
is bullshit.
Yeah, or what was the one? Open Range 2 or something like that, or Brother Bear 3 or some shit. Yeah. And it was, so that one kind of fell away from us because it was a little too easy, but that was a fun segment. But okay, I do have to jump in because we gotta cut this one a little bit shorter. But I do have to jump into my album Houly gave me. Ladies, full disclosure, he not know what he done. I think I said this in the last podcast, but Houly gave me. I
only knew the one song, and I was like, oh, it's a modern band doing 80s metal. That's pretty cool.
So if you guys go check out this band called Steel Panther, and you check out their album Feel the Steel, which is the album that Houly gave me. Please don't listen to all of them. I need you to listen to Eyes of a Panther first, okay? Because if you listen to it, it's an awesome song that sounds, talking about a lady who's just, she's just got those eyes, when she looks at you and stuff. And it's a badass song.
Like, it's very 80s hair.
80s hair, yep. That's what these guys are, an 80s hair metal band. But modern. Going in further, you find out that this is more of like a Motley Crue meets the Dan Band. Do you know who the Dan Band is?
I do not.
The Dan Band is that band that's in. They're an actual band that does covers of songs.
Oh, they're in like
Old School.
They're in all the Todd Phillips movies.
Yes, they're in Old School. They were in Starsky and Hutch, Hangover. Yeah.
Okay, I know who they are.
Yeah. So it's the Dan Band. So they do the. They're the famous band from the wedding scene in Old School where they're swearing the whole time. They're kind of looking around like, what the fuck? So this is kind of what that is, but it's a little bit further than that. On this album, they have such great songs like Eatin' Ain't Cheatin', Fat Girl, Stripper Girl, The Shocker, Turn Out the Lights. I'll let you use your imagination and think about what that's about. And The Girl from Oklahoma, which is a ballad, and it's a beautiful ballad. But an Asian Hooker is also another one. Like I said, ladies, he listened to the one song, and he gave it to me. About 3 songs in, I'm like, Houly, have you listened to this whole album? He was like, nah, man, that was just the album that song was on, so it came up in my Pandora all the time, so I just thought I'd give you that one. I was like, all right, dude, this is going to be good. Because, honestly, Houly, what these guys are is they're just lovers, okay? Like, they're just lovers. Yeah, they're lovers. They're very honest lovers, but they're lovers. Honestly, every single one of these songs. Community Property is another ballad that talks about the lead singer's talking about his body being, he absolutely loves his girl, but when he goes out on the road, his body is community property. It's whoever wants it wants.
So they're more of a joke band.
Yeah, it's a joke band.
Actual hair metal band.
It's a gimmick. Motley Crue meets the Dan Band joke band that there's talk of STDs and all kinds of stuff, and Eatin' Ain't Cheatin' is probably one of my favorite songs on the
Eatin' Ain't Cheatin'.
Eatin' Ain't Cheatin'. So
like hot dog eating contest?
Yeah, so Houly, now that you've done this, I need you next week I need you to go ahead and sit down and just kind of listen to the album.
Is that my album for the week?
Well, no, I won't make it the album for a week, but I just want you to listen to it, and then the next time we come on here, you can just give us a little talk about it and be like, damn.
And I'll do that, and then what I thought the band was through the one song that apparently is the only normal song that they play.
Yeah.
compared to their actual songs.
Yeah,
I can do that.
Yeah, yeah. I give it a 5 out of 5. It was solid, dude. Like it was solid. It's once you get past like you're like, all right, these guys are a joke band and they're pretty vulgar dudes, but you know what? For a hair metal gimmick band, I give them a 5 out of 5 in that genre.
Like they're actually pretty impressive on their instruments.
They are, man. Like it's pretty funny, and their lyrics are kind of crazy, and it's I'll take them over a repetitive rap song any day. Any day. And we're going to put the link down to the album right down there so you guys can listen to that, all right? Right down there. So you guys can listen to that.
Remember, if you people listening beat me to YouTube before I listen to it, it won't be there. So come back later because I will.
Yeah, there is a delay. Yeah, if you are listening to this day of, come back in about 4 hours just to be safe. Maybe 5.
I do it pretty soon after.
Yeah, you do really well. Yeah, you're a lot faster than I am at that stuff. But yeah, so yeah, I mean that's our review. Real quick, do you have a movie for me? And
I do.
Yeah.
For next time?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'll give you the album real quick. So I believe it's called All the Moon Stompers is the name of the album.
Okay, hold up. I got to write this down. So All the Moon Stompers and the band
All the Moon Stompers. The band is several bands. So All the Moon Stompers is a collaboration album with several bands such as like Anti-Flag and Mustard Plug. And
it's a super band.
It's basically a bunch of bands, and they created an album to tribute Rancid, and they cover a bunch of their songs.
Oh, badass. Okay, it's like last year when everyone did the Grateful Dead. They did a Grateful Dead, or 2 years ago they did a Grateful Dead where all these bands came together. Okay.
Yeah, so that's a pretty cool one. And the movie I want you to watch, it's actually it's a series, and the reason why I want you to watch it is because I'm really intrigued about this director and movie maker, and I think he's going to do big things in the future, and he's done big things now. He made this thing big, but it's just give it a chance. Okay. Yeah. It's a series. It's a 9-part series. I only want you to watch episode 1. I mean, if you want to watch more, you can.
Well, yeah, no. This is a all or nothing thing, and it's not even
4 hours long if you watch the whole thing.
That's not even bad. Houly, I slammed out all of Walking Dead, and I think at that point it was like 7 seasons in like a week and a half. So I think I can.
I'm not sure if you dig it, keep watching it.
No, I have to. No, it's just I have to watch it from because I can't give a full review on one episode. I mean, I could, but I have to I got to do it all.
Well, here's the thing. So it's about Smash Brothers, the video game.
Oh, okay.
And so here's the thing. The guy who made it, on like his actual YouTube page, the first episode I want you to watch, and you don't have to watch it. It's fucking 4 hours long. Okay. So this one has 968,000 views for episode 1. But he keeps it used to have millions, but someone put it all into one, and that one has 2.8 million views, like the all crammed one. So it's really super popular. He has issues because he made it independent, and like he'll be interviewing someone, and then there's like a Beyonce song in the background or something that like no one noticed, and then it gets copyright struck, and he has to like redo it.
Oh shit! All right.
So like some of his views are like skewed because he had to because YouTube would copyright him, even though it's like, oh, I didn't even realize that song was in the background because your robots just found it.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the one. All you have to do is just watch the first episode.
What's it called?
It's called the Smash Brothers episode 1. Show me your moves.
Smash Brothers
episode 1.
Show me your moves. Okay, cool. And sorry, what was the name of the album again?
All the Moon Stompers. Moonstompers are ska people, in case you were wondering.
I was actually, so that's cool.
All the Moonstompers.
Super quick side note. I did write for notes on Steel Panther that it is the Dan Band meets Def Leppard meets the Lonely Island. Which that kind of makes sense. Yeah. So, okay, cool. Cool. I have those. Okay, for you, I have seeing as you like to do the Pandora thing, I have the Pandora radio for you. So, do the Pandora
just the radio.
Or the artist or whatever it is. I can't remember how Pandora works. Do you do Spotify?
You type in an artist.
We were going to do Spotify. Didn't we talk about that?
Well, I might be switching to Amazon.
Amazon Music, okay.
Which is like Spotify.
So, yeah, same thing, you know. So I'm gonna give you the artist Alt J.
Alt J.
Yeah.
ALT.
ALT. Dash J.
Alt J is an English indie rock band formed in 2000 in Leeds by Joe Newman and other guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
And your movie, I hope you haven't seen it, but if you have, I'll switch it up. I was gonna do Chef, but I'll wait for that one.
Okay.
Your movie is going to be Hell or High Water. Have you seen that yet?
Hell or High Water.
With Chris Pine and Ben Foster.
I have not.
Okay.
But let me check. I'm real good at forgetting.
Yeah. Jeff Bridges is in it?
No, I have not.
Cool. It is it's a modern day Western. And I really want you to think about that when you're watching the film. Think of how it's a modern day Western. And you're pretty good at picking stuff out. So I'm just going to kind of leave you to that. But there's a lot of like, if I were to teach a philosophy and film class, I would, about like certain aspects of shooting, I would use this film.
Is it like that Coen Brothers movie that's really good?
The new one, the Battle of
no, the one with
No
the
Country
guy
for
with
Old
the
Men.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's
because that's not really a Western either. That just so happens to take place in a desert.
We'll talk about it next. Why I think it's a modern Western, or why it is.
Okay.
We'll talk about it next time when we do our reviews at the end of the month. But yeah. Because that one will be our last podcast while I'm in California. So
yeah.
But okay, cool. So that's that stuff. I thought that we covered some good stuff today, and then in our next segment we'll cover some more stuff.
Right on.
All right.
Cheers,
Bye,
everyone.
guys.
Bye.